Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about why you're winning when you leave a narcissist. A lot of people don't realize that when a narcissist walks out of your life or you leave the narcissist, that's the best thing that could have ever happened to you. And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, you no longer have anybody who's going to sit there and criticize you and judge you for everything you do. When you live with a narcissist, you're never ever able to relax. You're never able to be yourself. You know, they always have something to say. A narcissist always has to correct you. They always have to control everything. And what is that going to do? That's going to put a lot of stress on you to the point where you're going to become anxious. You're going to become depressed. You're always going to worry about what the narcissist has to say. So you're winning when you get that narcissist out of your life, out of your house, because now you can relax in your own home in peace. You don't have to worry about them criticizing how you clean, how you cook, how you raise the children, how you do anything, all right? What's the next reason why you're winning when you get rid of that narcissist? Because now you could start working on yourself. Now you could do your self-care. Now you could start going to the gym. You can go meet up with friends. You're no longer worried about what the narcissist is going to say because, number one, they hate your self-care. They hate when you go to the gym or when you're taking care of yourself or you're fixing your hair, getting your nails done, looking good, being healthy, and being your best self. A narcissist is going to tell you to do the opposite of what really benefits you. So if you lose weight, they're going to tell you, oh, I don't like when you lose weight. I liked you better with more weight on. Oh, you're too skinny. So they're always going to plant seeds of doubt in you that you're doing something wrong. They're going to sabotage you. Basically, this is what they do. They want to sabotage you so that you don't look good and you're not the best person that you can be. Okay? What's another reason, number three, why you're winning when you get rid of the narcissist? Because now you can go actually meet somebody who actually cares about you, all right? As long as you're hung up with the narcissist, you're just wasting your time, wasting your life. And the sad thing is, you guys, you're not going to realize that till later on. You know how many people say, I wish I would have left that narcissist earlier. I wish I didn't waste 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years with this narcissist. I could have started my life over with somebody else who really cared and made me happy. But see, you don't realize it at the time. So you're winning when you get rid of that narcissist because it gives you an opportunity to get the love that you deserve. You're not getting the love that you deserve with a narcissist. If anything, a narcissist starves you for love. Once that narcissist has you, they're cold, they're unaffectionate, especially the covert narcissist. You feel like you're living with a roommate. You feel alone. You feel isolated. They love to isolate you, okay? They're living a whole other life that you don't know about, okay? And you're sitting there waiting around for the covert narcissist. They're living their lives. They're out there having a whole other life without you. And you're sitting trying to change this covert narcissist to be a loving partner. What are you doing? You're wasting your time. I hate to tell you, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your life. All right. So you're winning now that you got rid of them. And now you can, spend time with your friends and family more. You can get out there. You can date. You can meet other people. And you have the potential to start your life over with somebody who actually cares. Okay. Because the narcissist doesn't care. I'll tell you another reason why you're winning when you get rid of a narcissist. Because when you're with a narcissist long term, they will cause health problems. Because of all the stress, the cortisol levels go up in your body. And this can cause you to get diseases like cancer, heart disease, thyroid disease, stomach issues, lose your hair. So narcissists will destroy your health when you're with them because of all the stress of being with them, because you just can't relax. You just can't be yourself. So you're winning, once you get rid of the narcissist. I've had clients come back to me that told me that they used to have panic attacks with the narcissist. And once they left the narcissist, all of a sudden those panic attacks went away. and they were able to relax. They felt better. They went to the doctor. They got a better bill of health from the doctor. So you're making your life longer by getting rid of the narcissist, because all of the stress the narcissist puts on you. Now you don't have to worry about somebody criticizing you, putting you down. You're also going to have more energy once you get rid of the narcissist. And I'll tell you why. Because narcissists are exhausting. They will exhaust you. Why? Because you're always arguing with them. Because they never, ever want to acknowledge what you say if it causes them shame. So what's that going to do? You're going to be constantly arguing. They're going to be constantly gaslighting you, confusing you. And this is going to give you brain fog. This is going to make you tired because you're always thinking. Is the narcissist lying? Is the narcissist doing something underhanded? Is the narcissist cheating? So you're going to be exhausted trying to figure out what's up with the narcissist and what's in their head. See, it's like this, you guys. If you have to sit there and try to figure somebody out, all right? Like, do they love you? Do they not love you? Are they telling me the truth? Are they not telling me the truth? If you have to go and Google all this thing, then guess what? You're with the wrong partner. Hate to tell you, you're with the wrong partner. So you'll be winning when you get rid of somebody like that, because now you don't have to worry about it. The narcissist is no longer your problem. That's why I tell people when the narcissist moves on to a new supply, thank God, start clapping. Yay. Better them than me. Now that narcissist is the new supplies problem. Let them deal with them. They may look like they're in love because that's what they want you to think. They always try to put off that image to try to fool you, like, oh, their life is wonderful. Oh, I'm so in love. Oh, you were the problem and all of that. But the truth of the matter is, there will be trouble in paradise. Just give it enough time, okay? Narcissists always destroy themselves because they're toxic, all right? And eventually, the new supply is going to see what the narcissist is. They're going to be fighting. The narcissist is going to bounce to another supply. So don't ever envy the narcissist, because the narcissist, will just bounce from one supply to another supply and never be fully fulfilled. The narcissist is never happy. Understand this. So, why would you want to be with somebody who's never happy? And that brings me to my next reason why you're winning. You're winning because you're no longer with a person who's miserable, okay? You're no longer with a person who's miserable. And a narcissist deep down is a miserable, unhappy person. They try to act like their life is great, but that's all a front, okay? Because if they were really happy, they wouldn't be doing the things that they do. Okay, they wouldn't be jumping from supply to supply to supply. So they're never happy, never satisfied. Nobody is ever going to do it for them. And people come back at me and they say, well, they're staying with the new supply for a long time. They've been with that. Yeah, they might be with the new supply for a long time, but I guarantee you they're doing what they want on the side. Okay. So you're seeing it from the outside. You don't know what's really going on in that house. They may be staying with the new supply. The new supply may be trauma bonded to the narcissist, but you don't know. They could be fighting and arguing. The narcissist could be going with someone else on the side. So it's not all what it looks, okay? So you're winning for all of these kinds of reasons. No longer exhaustion, no longer worry about your health going down the tubes. You can now put your energy into self-care. You can now date and meet somebody who actually cares about you. All right. You no longer have to worry about the narcissist criticizing and judging everything in the home. You could do things your way. Even if you don't get into another relationship, it is still better to be alone than to be with somebody who puts you down. Because they're going to break your spirit. They're going to break your self-esteem. You're going to roll into a black hole. You're going to be depressed. That's the way I got. When I was in my marriage of 13 years, I didn't even realize it. I was spiraling into a black hole of depression and anxiety and depression, okay? And the thing is, I didn't even realize why this was happening, okay? At the time when you're in it, you don't really see what's going on till you get out of it and you realize, like, this person was causing me so much anxiety, all right? So, once you're out of it, you really see it for what it is. So never ever feel like you got to stay with them because you don't want to be alone. It's still better to be alone and have your peace. There's something to be said for peace, not dealing with somebody opening up their mouth and criticizing you every second about everything, or being starved for affection, all right? You should never have to. It's better to be alone than to be with somebody who's going to starve you for affection, because that's going to make you feel like there's something wrong with you. You did something wrong. 99% of the time, you didn't do anything wrong. The narcissist would do this to anybody, but you're with a narcissist and they run hot and cold. When they're running cold with you, they're usually running hot with somebody else. So you're going to be constantly struggling, trying to get that warmth back from the narcissist. Now you don't have to deal with the silent treatment nonsense anymore. Okay. Oh, you say something they don't like, they give you the silent treatment. Who wants to live with that? Who wants to live with somebody that you walk in your house and they're sitting there and they're giving you the evil stare, staring you down, and they got the face on? Who wants to deal with that ugly, miserable face, especially of the covert narcissist? Okay? Not me, baby. Not me. I'll take my peace over that, all right? Believe me, it's a big relief when you get rid of the narcissist. A big relief. And, if you're sitting there and you're still reminiscing and missing the narcissist, it's because you still haven't seen the narcissist for who they really are yet. You need more time. You need more education so that you'll be able to see them for who they truly are. You're still stuck in that love bubble that you're remembering from the beginning of the relationship. But it'll take time, you guys. It takes time to be able to heal. In time, it gets easier, okay? That's why they say time heals all wounds. I'm not going to say that's going to heal every wound, okay? Because some of us will still have scars, all right? If you went through trauma with a narcissist, you're still going to have that scar, okay? I don't care who it is. Nobody is 100% healed. Okay, no such thing unless you had a short-term kind of relationship with the narcissist and it really wasn't anything, all right? But if you had a substantial, long relationship with the narcissist, or, a part of your life was spent with the narcissist, you still have that wound there, okay? I mean, you could still live, you could still be happy, but you still have that little bit of wound. Really, you have regret. That's what it is. You have regret because you regret the fact that you were even with them, maybe married them, and you didn't leave sooner. That's the big regret. But, it doesn't matter when you leave the narcissist as long as you do and you save your life, because you will live happier without the narcissist than you would have with the narcissist. And, narcissists, they destroy people's lives. They waste people's lives. They could be married to somebody for 20, 30 years, and I guarantee you they were seeing other people on the side, only that person didn't know it, all right? And then they leave their partner for somebody else. But understand that's because they have to at that point, because they can't keep juggling the two of you and they have to make a decision. That's usually what happens, all right? So you are winning when you get rid of that narcissist. You have your peace. You can do your self-care. You have more energy. You're not as exhausted. You no longer have to go back and forth arguing. You no longer deal with somebody who will never, take accountability. You deal with people that are straight and truthful and transparent. You don't deal with all of this kiddie nonsense. That's what it is. These games, all right? These games will tear you down, tire you out. So nobody needs that, all right? So give yourself some peace, move on, and be happy that you no longer have the narcissist in your life. I remember when I got rid of the malignant narcissist, who was absolutely awful. This dude was the worst anybody could probably get involved with, all right? Because he was just the biggest liar, manipulator. He was dirty to the core, said the most horrible things to me, everything, okay? And I remember a good friend of mine, he said to me, you ought to kiss the ground that you got rid of him. And at the time, I didn't realize it because I was still thinking and reminiscing about him from the beginning of the relationship. But now, years later, I can look back and say, thank God I did get rid of him, all right? Because he was just bad news. And he had the nerve, you guys, he had the nerve to years later send me a request on Facebook. And I was like, block, delete. Not today, Satan. You're not coming back into my life. You're done. That door is closed. I'll never let you come back, never let you talk to me the way you talk to me ever again, or play your games with me. That's it. And see, this is what happens to these narcissists. They always end up in a bad place because, you no longer want to deal with them anymore. Because once you see them for who they are, they're done. They're cooked, all right? And this is how they lose good people. Because once those good people see the narcissist for who they are, a liar, a manipulator, a cheater, now nobody wants to deal with them. Now their circle gets smaller and smaller, and just wait till they get older. Just wait till they get older. They're going to have a hard time getting supply unless they got money in their pocket, all right? Because a narcissist with money could always get somebody, believe it or not. They may not get somebody that loves them, but they'll get somebody, just because they got money. But a regular narcissist or a broke, busted narcissist, they end up alone, okay? Miserable, bitter. And they cling on to anything that they can at that point. But never, ever let them back into your life. Never, you guys. So listen, you are winning when you get rid of that narcissist because you want people that value you, all right? You want people that value you. And if that narcissist doesn't value you, then not today, Satan. Exit out the door, okay? Because that's not going to work with me because I value myself. And I'm not going to have somebody in my life wasting my time, wasting my breath, wasting my energy, affecting my health, destroying my peace. Not today, Satan. You're done. You're cooked. Bye. Okay? I'm done. I love that saying. The 2 words that you should say to a narcissist that will blow them down the ground is just say, I'm done. And that's it. Never say anything else. I'm done. And then exit out. Okay? So this is why you guys are winning. I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio, you guys. I have limited space availability because I have another project I'm working on. If you need help, you need clarity, you need advice, and you don't know what kind of narcissist you're dealing with, and you need help on how to deal with this person, check out that coach link for phone coaching. For all my videos, check out YouTube at the Game Exposed Podcast. Over 6,000 videos on YouTube. I lay it down on there. I have a lot of information on there, especially on covert narcissists and the discard and all of that. TikTok is the Game Exposed. Instagram, the Game EXP123. And Facebook for now is the Game EXP777. And have a great day, guys.